Ever hear of New Jersey? It's just across the Hudson from New York, as this George Washington Bridge Eye view proves. If you're in Europe on occupation duty, or coming back from the Pacific and plan to look around the East, you ought to get acquainted with this typical member of our original 13 colonies, the Garden State. Yep, that's what Jerseyites call it, and they're mighty proud of superhighways like the famous 21 million buck Pulaski Skyway. Journal Square is the hub of Jersey City. With Ed Warner here directing traffic pretty much as he's done for the past 20 years. The medical center is typical of the big, new, modern hospitals going up all over the United States. River Street in Hoboken is the longshoreman's stamping ground. If you like railroad tracks in the main street, you'll feel at home in Passaic. The Passaic River is famous, too, for its falls, a local Niagara in the shadow of Paterson, where lots of power is used. New Jersey is reconverting its industries to peacetime production. The Garden State expects to top its pre-war record of $3.5 billion production yearly. Any Jerseyite will tell you where this is, the third busiest corner in the world, crossroad of the state's #1 city, Newark. But New Jersey isn't just crowded towns, but clean-aired, refreshing country, ideal for any furlough time. See what we mean? American beauties flock to Atlantic City each year to seek the title Miss America. Convalescent vets act as unofficial judges. The current queen, Bess Myerson, is a pin-up girl from the Bronx, not too far from New Jersey. If you live anywhere in driving distance, you'd probably like to take a gander at Morristown, site of the first national park set up by Uncle Sam. George Washington slept here. Yes, sir, right in that bed for the better part of 2 winters. Not a bad sleeping bag, but we're told confidentially it could use a couple of inner springs. Washington led the first big amphibious operation ever pulled off by American soldiers. But as this GI knows, we've learned a few tricks since 1776 when Washington piled into this round-bottom LCI and crossed the Delaware. It was victories like the one at Trenton, New Jersey's capital, which gave us free America. Here, living side by side, are the customs and traditions of a dozen different lands, with a dozen different tastes in food. Goulash as it should be, savory hot pastrami, gorgonzola cheese and Chianti wine, pierogi and rum tory, yeah, and blintzes. The people have their clubs and meeting places, and sometimes a fellow needs help from a lawyer. As for these old guys, they might be back in a village square somewhere in Italy. And anything will do for this kind of bowling, and you don't need a pinboy either. At Princeton University lives New Jersey's most famous foreign-born citizen, Professor Albert Einstein, who helped discover the atom bomb. No matter what church you attend, Protestant, Catholic, or Jewish, according to another sound American principle, you worship as you please. And once a year, these Americans, young and old, get together to celebrate I'm an American Day. New Jersey colleges have many vets as students under the GI Bill of Rights. At Rutgers University, Arthur C. Brigana, who fought in the South Pacific, is advised on courses. George Hutchinson of the North African and Sicilian campaigns.
Men, coming back here to school has meant a lot to me. Frankly, I couldn't afford it if it wasn't for the GI Bill of Rights. Everyone's been very friendly and cooperative, and you can rest assured when you come back to school, you'll receive the same friendly cooperation that I have.
And William F. Hobby, ex-Marine who hails from Morristown, is trying for a Bachelor of Science degree in agriculture. This gives you an idea why they call New Jersey the Garden State. The peas you ate at Chow last time probably came from New Jersey, which has one of the biggest annual pea crops in the country. In 1944, over 150 million pounds of raw vegetables were produced, and over 8% of the stuff went to the Army or Navy. Air-minded New Jersey does strafing jobs on insect pests, dusting off that old and pesky mosquito. If you're in Japan or have been anywhere near there, you know the Japs cultivate oyster beds for precious pearls. But these oyster beds off the coast of New Jersey are planted for a different reason. For that oyster stew or fried oysters you dream about. Or if you're really dreaming, that oyster cocktail. And remember, fellas, unless you're from Brooklyn, it's New Jersey and not New Jersey.